So this is what my village looks like now. Bit more pleasing to the eye if I do say so myself. And I didn't spend too much getting it to this point as well. With this video, I wanted to touch on updates I want to see come to the game. As is the title of the video, there are two parts because I've thought about this for so long and really wanted to dive deep into two things I feel would bring more life back into the game. I say this because these two ideas have been burning at the back of my mind for ages. And I always thought they were coming to the game, and here I am 2 years later, still waiting to see it happen. Before I start, I'm going to be saying you a lot. And when I do, I just wanted you to know that it's just as a big generalization just to get my point across. I'm not actually targeting you specifically. You'll be able to tell when I'm talking directly to you. Alright, my first idea has to do with weed strains and adding mechanics to work with all their properties. This way, instead of selling a specific amount of weed to NPCs before they stop wanting to buy, their demand is driven by things like pain relief if they have a headache, or if they're in a bad mood to make them less bothersome, or they go for a nice aroma, etc, etc. And the stronger the characteristics of the strain are, the higher your chances of the strain succeeding in doing its job, leading to higher payouts depending on the NPC satisfaction level afterwards. This mechanic could be broken down into ranges for payouts. For example, I don't know, anywhere from 0 to 10% satisfaction would pay out $2.50 in a pack of gum, and 10% to 30% a bit more, and so on and so forth, with the payout increasing as you reach higher levels of satisfaction. You could even work in this mechanic with growing the plant. If you plant at the right temperature and water at the correct intervals, then the higher its chances of being more potent and performing better when administered to NPCs. You could even consider crop life as well. After a plant is ready to harvest, there is a specific window of time before you can harvest it before it goes off and loses its performance strength. For example, if you leave it a day, it loses its value and potency by 25% and then 50% 2 days out, etc. before it's no good and you'd have to toss it. This could also be applied to the shelf life of the harvest before it goes off. Same deal, just so that you don't have stock sitting around for ages and are forced to actively monitor it before it goes off. This obviously would be a big shakeup for the game, driving up the competitiveness just a bit more. It would allow players to make a point of difference in the dispensaries and warrant the prices they charge for what they're selling, instead of how players are currently charging high prices for the same across the board. That's the basic gist of the idea. Even though it's quite a simple thought, you can see how complex it gets once I really dive deep into it. It would change the dynamic of the game entirely, making it more active and a more competitive game to play. You wouldn't have to worry too much about the storyline if you had this mechanic in-game. It would give players a nice distraction from playing the story, looking to accumulate wealth and upgrade the buildings in their village. And that's as far as I've gone thinking about this. I'm sure if you're playing the game now or used to and are watching this, you could expand further in depth and iron out this idea to make it more exciting. I'm keen to know what you think. Leave a comment down below if you want to. Thanks for watching. Remember to play safe in games and in life. And